There we go. People can now see and hear us.
I can't believe it. It's a miracle. We did it. Shit.
What a hurricane.
Yeah. How was it for you, John?
Oh, fine.
Tell us about your Baltimore hurricane day you had. Did you get any gusts?
No, I had absolutely nothing.
You're in the midst of Hurricane Franklin, that other one.
I mean, to be fair, if we're going to do the, how was your hurricane? I think I'm the likely candidate.
But they can see us, by the way, right?
Yeah, they can see and hear us now. We are live. So whenever you're ready for me to do the countdown, I can start the countdown.
Give me 1 sec. Gotta fill my drink and I'll be right back.
I just want to wait until John gets back. I kind of anticipated being like the main host instead of John hosting and handing it off and all that kind of shit.
So, is it safe to ask if you were going to interview us and stuff?
I definitely can. I can pick like a halfway point to do so. Also,
I don't know if you planned to do that or not.
I didn't, but I certainly can. No. I will. I can. I will.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah.
What sounds fun?
Interviewing everybody, and also, John, I'm gonna take hosting duties. Yes.
I thought so. Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Excuse me. All right. Let's God damn, let's do it, boys. I can't believe it. We got the show.
All right.
Power, internet, everything you need.
Whew. Whew. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, go. I need to record.
Welcome to Game That Tune!
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Game That Tune. If this is your first time joining us, this is the worst possible episode to join us for your first time, because normally what we do is we pick 3 songs from a game, play those songs, pick a little trivia, try to guess the game that song has come from. Whoever guesses the game correctly, the most games correctly, gets to choose the theme for the next episode, and then play some bonus tunes as well. That is not at all what we're doing on this episode of Game That Tune, because we are in the midst of August Absurdity. This is when we try to figure out who is the king of the show. And instead, this episode, we are looking at who is going to be the contestant that challenges me in the finals for August Absurdity. So we are doing something a little bit different. There's 3 people, John, and Jesse, who are going to challenge for the crown against me. And so I have decided to figure out who is the best of the 3 via a special quiz show. We're still sort of workshopping the title on that. I know quiz show is kind of a generic type title, but that's what we're going with now so that we can avoid any legal jeopardy.
I have a question.
Yes, Jesse?
I don't understand why you're hosting. Because I was under the impression that the Crimson Ninja was going to be hosting. Because he's the one who won, for one. He won the thing. And 2, he's the one who issued the challenge. You were eliminated from the show like fucking months ago.
Feels like it at this point. Jesse, David got back into the competition under a bit of a ruse. He was the Crimson Ninja.
Wait, no, when was that revealed? That's not true. I talked to him in the radio.
Yeah, he's there
The
too.
radio
It's weird.
chat, we were talking.
No,
It
It
was
was,
very friendly.
It was a multifaceted ruse.
see, Jesse, the Crimson Ninja is.
He's not real.
You know what? Let's go ahead and
He's
start
real
the
in,
episode.
He's
real in
not-
all our hearts.
I don't understand.
No,
This is a lot.
let's just go ahead and start the episode. Jesse, the Crimson Ninja is fine. He's fine. So first and foremost, let's introduce our contestants. We've got John Harrington. John, say hey.
Hey, how's it going? It's John Harrington. You know this guy.
We've got John Regan. Johnny, say hey.
Hey.
And we've got Jesse Moore. Jesse, say hey.
Hey.
So now that we've introduced our contestants, let's introduce our categories. So for our categories, we've got Sega. We've got fan requests. Only 90s kids will remember. RPGs. And finally, It's a Me. So the control of the board goes to the winner from the last episode. That's me. So
Hey,
in
real
lieu
quick,
of that,
before we get started, Johnny, the Twitch stream says that we're playing Sea of Stars.
Where do I? Oh, son of a
I don't
bitch.
know, but I don't want to show up under the Sea of Stars category.
Yeah, let me fix that. Hold on.
It would greatly confuse people that are looking for that fantastic new game.
I gotta kill my soundboard so I can type.
Yeah, I streamed that the other night.
Way to go!
I didn't check that part.
Thanks a lot, Jesse. Way to stream that hot new RPG for people.
Sorry.
Yeah.
is it
Well,
good, though?
if it helps, no one watched, so
Oh, game that tune, man. It's a fun thing we do here.
Hold on. For some reason, my my like Twitch integration with OBS isn't letting me change it, so I'm getting logged into the website here. Creator dashboard. Is that where I set this?
Can people see that second tab? I
Oh,
thought I only shared the one. I thought I only shared the Jeopardy tab. Is something? Already got a mention of that in the chat. Jeez Louise, that was
I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's a perfectly fine tab to have.
Man, it didn't take long.
When I launch my browser, I have like daily news, weather, and then that's my third tab.
Of course, yeah, that's huge titty hentai babe being gangbanged. Yeah, it's that and my hurricane,
okay.
my local hurricane forecast, and
That's way better.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to end with gang violence because you can't see bang, you just see gang.
right.
Okay, we're no longer showing us Sea of Stars.
That's good. That's
Yay.
very good. Okay, so David, as you were saying, you apparently have control of the board, which feels absurd.
Well, see, yeah, it goes to the person who won last. That's me. However,
You're not a contestant. Stop doing this.
Exactly. I am not a contestant. So in the meantime, I'm going to use a random number generator. Give me just one moment. I apologize. Beep, boop, beep, 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 boop, beep. All right. So control the board first goes to John Regan.
Hey.
John, please pick a category as well as a point total.
I'm gonna go with RPGs for 500.
Okay, RPGs for 500.
God damn it. He did this last time, too.
Now, real quick, so this instead of getting visual clues, we're gonna hear audio clues, right? And then
Yes.
do we
There
all
will be a
answer?
trivia. I'm sorry. There will be a trivia hint and then a song played, and then an answer will be provided by you.
If we're going with the rules that we went with last time we did Jeopardy, everybody answers. If you get the answer wrong, you lose points. If you draw a dick, you don't lose points. If you get the answer right, you get the points.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
RPGs 500?
There is an in-game achievement for filling out all 8 gem slots for any character. This is called Truly Outrageous. This is a reference to the 1980s cartoon Gem and the Holograms.
What already?
You know, we have 25 games to cover, so I tried to find short songs for them.
Oh, I cut that out early.
What?
Also, Johnny apparently cut that out early.
I thought we were capping them at about a minute each.
We need to discuss a lot more. You know, this hurricane's really fucked everything up. Okay.
Most of the songs are capped at like minute and a half, 2 minutes.
All right, I'll let them write unless they're over 2 minutes.
Yeah, there might be one that goes a little bit longer, but I'll bring that up to you. So far, Jesse has drawn a penis. Johnny has drawn a penis, so no points awarded there. John Harrington says Xenoblade Chronicles. Let's see what the answer is revealed.
Sorry, hold on. I shouldn't have to be doing this. Whoa!
It is Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii.
Awesome.
I also apologize in advance. I should have written down all the answers in advance. I'm working on rectifying that now. So yeah, this is Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii.
Yeah, and I only guessed it because it was a completely random guess. I just guessed an RPG. So man, lucky me.
Lo and behold, I would have picked an RPG on the Wii.
With a character that's in Smash Bros.
You know, it's a series that I kind of want to get into, and I might pick up 3, but I'm just not 100% sold. You know?
Yeah. From what I've heard about Xenoblade Chronicles, they are pretty cool, but they are slightly old school meets new school in that they don't really respect the player's time, and they take a long ass time to complete. And there was a time where I thought, you know, that doesn't really work for me, brother. And then, you know, I dropped like a couple 100 hours into Tears of the Kingdom this year, and I realized, you know, I've got my gaming time back. I could probably swing it. So I think about it.
And that's the thing. Like, I keep thinking, like, oh, I don't have 100+ hours for a game. It's like I've put so many hours into Animal Crossing and Splatoon. Like, right. I could swing it. I just want to make sure it's a game that I'll enjoy for that amount of time.
That's the thing. Yeah, I got a couple 100 hours to play a game I want to play. But, you know, if I, you know, play through Xenoblade Chronicles and turns out I didn't like it, I'm gonna feel real bad. It's not like seeing a bad movie. It's like seeing 50 bad movies.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I'll waste 90 minutes on a shitty movie, but like, that's one of those things where people, it always gets me when people are like, oh yeah, once you get through the tutorial, after the first like 20 hours, then the game gets good. I was like, I am not investing 20 hours in crap.
As someone who's playing Final Fantasy 16 currently and has finally gotten to the point where I've got my full like move set available, you know, I feel that. It's like, I'm glad I pushed through because this game is quite fun. But man, long ass RPGs, they do be long, man.
John, you got the answer correct, which means control of the board is yours. Please
hell yeah.
Pick a category as well as a point value.
You know what? I'm going to do it the regular Jeopardy way, and I am going to start with It's a Me for 100.
I believe you mean the regular quiz show way.
Excuse me.
So this is the first game in the series to have a vocal theme song.
I have an answer without even hearing it. Wait, maybe not.
Shit. Johnny, please stop. I did not update that track.
Uh-oh.
You say that sounds a lot like Super Mario All-Stars, which to my knowledge does not have a vocal theme.
So you know what? Everybody gets 100 points because I made a mistake and did not update this track. The correct answer is Super Mario Odyssey.
See, guys, trust in me. Trust in me. I will get you the points.
Yeah, I had originally gone with All-Stars, and then I updated it to Odyssey, but apparently did not update the track, for which I sincerely apologize.
Egg on our face.
That's a peek behind the curtain. That is all on me. Everybody gets 100 points. However, Super Mario Odyssey pretty great game.
It is. So I'll take It's a Me for 200 points.
All right, so an automated phone message that was sent out to people who pre-ordered this game at GameStop incorrectly stated this is a mature rated game. All right, gentlemen, let's see some answers.
My kind of game, my kind of galaxy.
So, Jesse has drawn Mario riding a penis. Sadly, incorrect. John Harrington says Super Mario Galaxy. John Regan says, what is Super Mario Galaxy? So, John Regan phrased his answer in the form of a question, which is correct. John did not. So,
Are we staying by those rules?
I am fucking with you. I am not going to do that.
Well,
John and Johnny both get points.
Also, in fairness, last time that we played this, we said our answers aloud so that we had to abide by that. So we can start doing that. We can start doing what is.
It's honestly not necessary. Yeah,
we're so behind anyway. We really shouldn't keep adding wrinkles to the show.
Yeah, this is Super Mario Galaxy.
Toy Time Galaxy, right?
It is in fact Toy Time Galaxy.
Stay out of my search terms.
I have seen your search terms. I am not going to be searching that stuff.
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy, arguably one of the best Mario games ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Toy Time Galaxy.
Inarguably.
You know
Do
what?
arguably and inarguably mean the same thing?
You know, I kind of feel like it's a flammable, inflammable type situation.
Kind of what I'm thinking. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy. It came out in 2007 for the Wii. It was revolutionary, a lot of fun. They re-released it as part of Mario 3D All-Stars, and you know what? It still fucking holds up.
Yeah. You know what else holds up? Super Mario Galaxy 2. But they didn't put that in that damn collection. I'm really upset about it.
They did not. And as well as my, as the host, opinions on Super Mario Galaxy 2, I'm going to say let's move on. Johnny, you also got this correct in addition to John, so control of the board goes to you.
Pick It's a Me for 300, goddammit.
Yeah, no, I was good. That's my plan. Let's do It's a Me 300.
Yeah. It's a Me for 300, not including ports or re-releases. This game marks the final playable appearance of Donkey Kong Jr. Gentlemen, let's see some answers and or dick drawings.
Mm.
All right, so Jesse has drawn a penis again. Johnny says, "What is Mario Tennis?" And John says, "Scribble Mario Scribble Tennis." Judges?
I scratched out Super and Galaxy. I was trying to be efficient with my my time here.
Yes, the judges will accept that. John and Johnny are correct. This is Mario Tennis for the N64. You really didn't need to play a sound for that, but thank you, Johnny.
I think, no, we need to be playing sounds. We haven't been playing sounds.
Yeah, this is Mario Tennis for the N64, the last appearance or last playable appearance of Donkey Kong 64. Technically,
wait, who?
Technically, a Super Nintendo sprite of Donkey Kong Jr. appears in Mario Kart Tour. However, you only select a character and then they do their own thing. Like, you don't actually play as Donkey Kong 64. So that's how we're justifying that. Also, it's Mario Kart Tour. Fuck Mario Kart Tour. Like, that game doesn't count. That game introduced Detective Baby Rosalie. Fuck Mario Kart Tour.
David,
Okay, David, fuck Mario Kart Tour aside. You keep calling Donkey Kong Jr. Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah, you've done it like 3 times.
I missed the first time it happened. So then every other time I was very confused. It's like, wait, are you I was real confused.
I did a slight mind double take the first time, and then like a full double take the second time. The third time, I just lost it.
I really feel like Crimson Ninja wouldn't have messed that up.
I feel like David knows exactly what he's fucking doing.
Honestly, like, seriously, Donkey Kong Jr. should have appeared in Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong Jr. should make a comeback.
Was this the final playable appearance of Donkey Kong on the Nintendo 64? Could that be what's tripping you up?
You know, I don't want to go through the dates because it will probably make me wrong, but
I'm looking to make you wrong. It's August Absurdity, and you are in the final, and I hate you.
The point is, Donkey Kong Jr. is a great character who last appeared on the Donkey Kong 64, and we need more Donkey Kong Jr.
Okay. Was the system called the Donkey Kong 64?
Look, the point is, I don't think the scores were updated. So,
oh, shit, you're right.
John Harrington Control of the board goes to you.
And you
As
know I'm
somebody
going with It's a Me for 400.
All right, so the ringtone when Princess Peach calls Mario is actually the title screen music from Super Mario World. All right, gentlemen, who's got their answers?
I do.
What is an answer?
All right, so Jesse has a drawing of a penis that awards no points. John Regan says Donkey Kong 64 Paper Mario Jr. Sadly, that is incorrect.
That loses you points, dog.
John
Oh, shit.
Harrington has Super Mario Sunshine. Also incorrect, which loses you points, dog.
At least my guess made sense.
Yeah, shit,
So
I
the
forgot
correct
doing a
answer-
joke guess is a bad idea on Jeopardy.
Yeah, it is, Johnny. It's a terrible idea.
The correct answer, this is Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door.
That fucking game.
All right, so it's me 500, please.
Yeah. Fucking what game?
Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door, a beloved Paper Mario game. Apparently the best game in the Paper Mario series.
Says who?
Says the internet. I played it and I didn't quite get into it, but at the same time I played the original Paper Mario and didn't quite get into it, so maybe Paper Mario is just not for me.
I mean, there's a lot of things about Paper Mario that are for me. The playing of it feels like not for me. It's charming. It's hilarious. It's got fantastic art style and cute characters and fun spins on the world of Mario. But it's so baby's first RPG that I just can't you take Final Fantasy Mystic Quest and make it the most charming game possible. And I'm still like, man, I feel a little too old to be playing this at all times. I need to try the new ones. I feel like they've been trying to change it up and make the new ones more playable with new formulas and new ideas. And
Do not play Sticker Star.
okay,
I
no,
can speak
I
from
was talking
experience.
Origami King because at least
Okay.
Origami King has like puzzle battles. That feels refreshing compared to hold A until the game tells you not to hold A and score bonus points. Paper Mario, again, charming games, but a little simplistic.
Yeah, I played Thousand Year Door. It didn't quite grip me. I played the original Paper Mario. It didn't quite grip me. I played Sticker Star for like 20 minutes. I was like, okay, this is not for me.
Oops. Oh, man. Now, real quick, David, on the Mario RPG front, do you draw a hard line between paper and Mario and Luigi games?
I would prefer to not answer that question because we have 4 clues left in RPGs. So
okay, fair enough. Then let's close out It's a Me.
Possibly this will come up again. I'm sorry, John. What do you like to go to?
It's time to close out It's a Me. Let's get through the Mario stuff for 500.
All right, so this game's internal code name was Slope.
What were you doing?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Gotta look up more porn.
Yeah, I'm horny, guys. Man,
He was probably looking up tags because I don't think I changed that. But
I'm
let's
not
see
looking
some
up shit.
answers. All right, so it looks like John, Johnny, and Jesse all say Super Mario Maker 2. Please press the spacebar.
Oh,
that is the correct answer.
right. Yeah, sorry. I don't know the order of these things.
Super Mario Maker 2.
I've heard it's bad.
No, this is definitely a game that happened. It is a very good game. The only problem is it is a very good game on the Switch, which has many good games. Whereas the first Super Mario Maker came out on the Wii U and everyone was like, oh, thank God. People weren't really like hurting for games on the Switch.
That's true. Super Mario Maker made a big splash on the Wii U, also because the touchscreen system made sense on the Wii U. A touchscreen based game on the Switch doesn't quite make as much sense. I love the Switch; it's a great system, but I think people might have realized early on, like, wait a minute, I either have to play it touchscreen mode in handheld mode, or play it, use the touchscreen and then dock it to play on the TV. Though they didn't think this through quite as thoroughly as they might have. So just one drawback to the Switch, the only one. That and the kickstand.
And that's the thing, like, Super Mario Maker 2 on paper is an amazing sequel because it adds slopes, it adds multiple boss characters, like, it adds a lot of features that people were wanting for the original Super Mario Maker, but at the same time, like, oh, cool, I can play, like, a better version of this game, as well as Breath of the Wild, and Three Houses, and Splatoon 2 and 3. Like, all of a sudden, like, this game's not as important as it was on the Wii U. Like, people were starved on the Wii U. Not so much for the Switch.
You know what I wish Nintendo would do is, he says Super Mario Maker 2 sounds great on paper. I wish that you could go to a game store and buy a pack of graph paper that is being sold as Super Mario Maker 2 on paper.
I mean, honestly, that's a good start to making Super Mario Maker levels. You don't just start dragging and dropping and doing stupid bullshit like every Super Mario Maker level ever that I've somehow found online. You should draw your fucking levels before you fucking start making them. Graph paper is necessary.
Oh yeah, there's definitely two kinds of levels in Super Mario Maker 2, as well as one, which is, I have thought about this concept and have planned it and have decided to fine-tune it, and I'm going to throw 1,000 angry suns at you all at once.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Idiotic trap levels, or levels that like play you a symphony orchestra, or the world's hardest and least fun level ever made. Like, it's there's a lot of rich things to do in this game. Haven't played a lick of it. I really got my fill with the first one. I was also thinking, speaking of paper, what about a Paper Mario Maker?
I believe that's just called RPG Maker, and you can download it on PC.
Okay. Does it have paper and Mario characters? Because I'd be into that.
I feel like you can edit the sprites. So that concludes the It's a Me category, and I'd like to take this moment to very briefly talk to our candidates, talk to our contestants. So, John, I understand that you have a young son, and if I'm not mistaken, you have another family addition along the way.
Well, I haven't announced that on stream yet, David. So thanks for putting that information out there into the world.
Oh no, you've just been looking at pets at the adoption center.
I was referring to your cat that had kittens. Is there something else you'd like to mention?
No, man. We got a great kitten. My son named it Happy. We're all very happy with that kitten. That's the only family news from the Harrington household at the moment.
Well, I'm excited to hear about your kitten Happy, and that's great.
It feels like it's too old to still be breastfeeding, but it's
you should breastfeed your cat.
It's still doing it. I mean, it still goes for the nipples, so it feels like it's overstaying its welcome at the old nipple trough. But it's the only one left. We got rid of the other two, and I think the mom is feeling neglected, so she's still breastfeeding the.
Oh, I thought you were breastfeeding it.
Now 3.5-month-old cat. Like, when do you start just physically separating a kitten from its mother? I'm not asking you, David, host of Game That Tune Jeopardy. I'm asking the world here. Hit me with your weaning tips for kittens.
Leave a voicemail.
I mean, John, you're talking about like 3.5 months old, 3.5 months old, still breastfeeding at the nipple. Don't we all wish that was us? Johnny, I understand that you've been going into competitive snowboarding.
Oh yeah, I actually have. Wait, no, I haven't. Why would you ask me that? What a weird thing to ask me. I've never snowboarded once in my life.
I asked you that because you specifically sent me a message saying you should ask me about something random like competitive snowboarding.
David, he said he's been hitting the slopes a lot. Johnny has a cocaine problem.
I understand that cocaine is a big problem in Baltimore. Is that not where you're from?
No, that's heroin, David. God.
Well,
Same thing.
heroin is a big problem everywhere. That's
No, it's a Baltimore thing, Johnny. I watched The Wire.
Listen, John, I'm reading what the cue cards tell me. So, Jesse,
Yes,
I understand that you recently relocated into a new home.
I did. Oh, it's almost 300 kicked my desk through the doorway.
Thank you for clarifying for our podcast listeners.
You really shouldn't have set that desk in front of that giant hole, Jesse.
Yeah, it's so enticing, man. I look into that hole and I just want to kick something into it.
Don't say this is madness in front of Jesse. He'll fuck that desk up.
Yeah. Oh, not again. There goes one of the cats.
Get off the nipple. Ugh.
So,
This is weaning.
You gotta hurry.
Jesse, the board is on to you. So, go ahead and select our next category as well as point value.
Let's do only 90s kids will remember for 300.
All right, only 90 kids remember for 300. If this game is played on a Super Game Boy, the Rumble feature will be disabled. Also, an audio warning. I do apologize. I thought that MP3 was going to be significantly louder.
Really
So
is.
let's see some answers.
well, I turned it down because he said something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You give people on a music show an audio warning.
All right, so Jesse has a drawing of a penis. John and Johnny both say Pokemon Pinball. That is correct. This is Pokemon Pinball for the Game Boy, released, I believe, in 1999. So fitting our 90s category.
So pretty safe bet that no one would play it on a Super Game Boy.
Well, you know,
I don't know, man. There's some real weirdos out there.
I mean, yeah.
there were people who adopted very late to consoles. Famously, I got a Super Nintendo when I was in college in like 2005. So, yeah, I definitely played Pokemon Pinball on Super Game Boy.
Right. I was going to say, it's one thing to get a Super Nintendo, I don't know, 9 years after the last worthwhile game came out. But to get a Super Nintendo in 2005 and then also get a Super Game Boy and play Pokemon Pinball on it would be quite absurd.
Well, what's the point of getting a Super Nintendo in 2005 if you're not using it for the Super Game Boy?
Now, here's a question, David. As the GameCube and Game Boy Advance guy around here, did the Game Boy Advance player with the GameCube play Game Boy games?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that without looking it up. So I may be incorrect, but I'm going to confidently say no.
I know this, and the answer is actually yes, it does.
Oh, shit.
And that's why I said I'm not going to look it up. So
the point being, you could have gotten a Super Nintendo a couple years after the last worthwhile GameCube game came out, and then gotten a Super Game Boy, but you could have just been playing Game Boy games on your GameCube the whole time. That's, it's interesting.
That assumes that I also had a Game Boy Advance as well as a link cable.
You did.
Which I absolutely did. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. So,
I'm
John
so,
and Johnny...
I'm sorry, I just want to say, I'm so disappointed. Can you imagine if the remote feature was not disabled and your whole Super Nintendo is rumbling as you play this game?
God damn. I mean, it didn't take much to jostle that thing and freeze your game. So, yeah, a rumbling Game Boy game would not have worked
also,
at all.
There were some I think there was at least one Game Boy game that had motion controls. Can you imagine playing those while lifting up your entire Super Nintendo?
Little Kirby tilt and tumble on your Super Game Boy? No, not so much. Picture playing that Boktai Solar Boy Django and having to take your Super Nintendo outside to charge it in the sun. None of these are good ideas.
Did you not play your Super Nintendo sitting in the backyard?
I mean, I'm a classic back porch gamer. I did grow up in St. Augustine after all, but no, not so much. It's I played a lot of games on a CRT TV on a porch, but no, I didn't do that specific thing. No.
All right, so Johnny, you locked in the correct answer first, so control of the board goes to you. Please pick your category and point total.
Let's do 90s Kids for 200.
All right. This game was not originally developed as a game. Instead, it was made as a test case for rendering 3D models and texture mapping.
Based on that song, I'm thinking it has something to do with Rule 34.
All right, gentlemen, as I struggle with my mic stand, let's see some answers. All right, so Jesse has a drawing of two penises. John says balls, and John Regan says Tekken. John Regan is correct. So yeah, the original arcade version of Tekken was originally made as a 3D modeling program for Namco, and then as they were adapting like characters and textures, they're like, what if we could make a 3D game with this? And that's kind of how Tekken appeared.
Well, today I learned. I'm
Yeah.
also a little embarrassed because I'm the Tekken guy and I didn't get that right. But really, I have to admit, I hopped on board Tekken at Tekken 2. So, shame
I
on
think you
me.
need to start taking this more serious.
I was going to say, shit, I was really kind of hoping John would carry the Tekken 1 conversation because I don't have shit to say about Tekken 1
There is
outside
no
of
Tekken 1 conversation. There's no conversation about Tekken really until Tekken 3 or 4.
I was going to say, I feel like Tekken 1 is like Street Fighter 1 in that it's a thing that exists, but Street Fighter 2 and Tekken 3 is where the series began.
Well, actually no, Tekken 2 was pretty fucking dope. Tekken 2 expanded the roster and had like literally like secrets you could unlock in the arcade version. Me and my buddy spent good times at the Whitebirds Family Mini Golf Center arcade attempting to like do the unlock things that we had read about in fucking Game Pro to unlock like Roger and Alex in Tekken 2 and like prototype Jack. Like there was a lot to do in the Tekken 2 arcade game. They really hit their stride there. No, but Tekken 1, it is what it is. It's fine. It's the first game. But the series did start hitting its stride pretty quickly after that.
Tekken 1 is a tech demo, not a game. Only 90s kids 100, please.
All right, Johnny. Yuzo Koshiro, the game's composer, later released a CD album which remixed music from the game with a full orchestra. I'm also realizing I probably should have called that Kuzo Yoshiro. Gentlemen, let's see some answers.
It's definitely going to confuse Johnny. There's no way he gets this right. Nice answer, Johnny.
All right, so Jesse has a drawing of a penis in a box. John says Culdicept, and John Regan says ActRaiser. Johnny is correct. This is ActRaiser for the Super Nintendo.
It is?
It is. That particular song, I am going to stall for time to see if I can find the exact title. I believe that particular song is In the Castle from ActRaiser. So yeah, I believe it's a late game song, but it is definitely a song from ActRaiser. ActRaiser was a game released in the 90s, and ActRaiser was pretty fucking dope.
Did you play it?
Sure. For the purposes of this conversation. No, unfortunately, ActRaiser was one of those games that skipped me by, but ActRaiser is one of those games that seemed so cool because it was part life sim, trying to like be a god and cultivate towns and civilization, and then every once in a while you just beam yourself down as an avatar of that god to just whoop ass against monsters. Like, that's a cool ass concept.
It is. It's a really great game. Yeah, my suspicions are confirmed. David, I just want to let you know. This song was not used in the game ActRaiser. That symphonic CD that you talked about, it used several unused tracks, and this song does not appear in the game. Just saying, as a guy that actually played ActRaiser front to back a few times, I'm justified in having not heard that song. Sorry, Kuzo, that I didn't buy the CD.
Well, in that case, John and Jesse both get an additional 100 points. And Jesse, since you got the answer correct, the board is yours.
Let's do fan requests for 400.
All right, fan requests are 400. Badland Games donates 75% of their profits from physical game sales to a fund set up for the developer's son, who unfortunately has a rare disease.
Everybody got up. Well, what's up, guys? Welcome to the John and Jesse show. So, Jesse, how have you been doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I was just drawing a weird penis. Spoiler.
I was drawing a couple cute little characters that could be penises, but they could also just be little dudes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were real
That
cute.
You'll lose points if they're not penises, though.
It's walking the fine line, I think.
Okay.
Now, okay, I was going to say, what about a combination of words and penis?
Ooh, like there's that one guy on Jeopardy who signed his name like a penis.
God, yeah. Gavin Belson. A good signature. Powerful.
All right, gentlemen, not hearing anything that you just previously said, let's see some answers. All right, so everyone has a drawing of a penis. That is, drawing of a penis is not the correct answer for this game.
Shucks.
So this is Axiom Verge.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Muddle Madness, for the request.
Muddle's cool. I like him.
Yeah, I like Muddle too. Great member of the community, great patron, great requests. I got nothing on Axiom Verge. We can talk about Muddle for a few more minutes, but
Old school
Axiom
dude.
Verge is Axiom Verge is actually kind of a cool game. It's like a Metroidvania style game, but
No
you're
way.
able to like hack the game world, so that's how you can sequence break and stuff.
Can you play as Muddle?
Unfortunately, you cannot play as Muddle Madness. However, you can control the board as Jesse Moore. Jesse, where are we going next?
Let's do Sega for 400.
All right, Sega. Excuse me, Sega for 400. This was the first game in the Sonic the Hedgehog series released on a non-Sega made console. God, what a classic song. All right, gentlemen, let's see some answers. All right, amazingly, everyone has the correct answer. This is Sonic the Hedgehog Pocket Adventure for the Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Hell yeah. Best handheld they ever made.
What? Wait,
This is
that they ever made or ever made?
Ever. Like,
Really?
in the history of all mankind and
Wow.
playing games in your hand.
Wait, hold on. Ever
There's
made?
the end page.
Oh, yeah.
oh,
fuck.
Jesus.
Okay.
You know, part of me wants to argue based on the fact that the Switch is also a handheld system. And then I was like, well, the Switch could be a console, so maybe. And then I remember that the 3DS exists. Like, seriously? That's the hill you're going to die on?
You're saying this is better than the Duck Boy?
Yeah.
Oh man. Ooh. You're saying this is better than a handful of Tamagotchis?
Oh.
Ooh.
Are you definitively saying, Jesse, that the Neo Geo Pocket Color is better than the Virtual Boy?
Is that a handheld?
That's not really a handheld. That's like a face held.
It was marketed as a handheld.
What the?
What? So, anyways,
Why?
Yeah. So I love these chiptune demakes of Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles songs that are on.
Is that
Sonic
what
Pocket
that was?
Adventure.
Could you identify that song, Johnny?
Yeah, it's one of the racetrack songs from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 from the competitive mode. I forget which one exactly. I know it's not Azure
Yeah.
Lake. I think it's the Mine one, Endless Mines. I think it's that one.
You sure it's not unused in Sonic 3 and we should all get points, extra points?
No,
Yeah.
no. I actually played the
You
competition.
already all got the answer right. What extra points do you want?
I
We
played.
got it right because the question was easy. But if it's an unused song, new rule on Jeopardy, David. If you
New
use an
rule.
unused song, we're gonna get double points.
Excuse me. For legal purposes, this is not Jeopardy. This is
Right.
Game That Tune quiz show.
Excuse me. Yeah.
All right,
Fucking
so Johnny knows way more than I ever could have anticipated about this game on this system, so he has control of the board. Johnny, where would you like to go next?
Sega for 300, please.
All right, Sega for 300.
Right.
This is the first game in the series to be released first in North America before being released in Japan.
Mm.
Hmm.
All right, gentlemen, let's see some answers. All right, Jesse has drawn a penis, Johnny has drawn a penis, and John says Shinobi 3 Revenge of Shinobi. That is incorrect. I'm sorry, the correct answer is Castlevania Bloodlines for the Genesis.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Damn
yeah, they did that.
That makes, I guess, more sense in terms of being a series. God damn it!
I didn't realize they released it in North America first. That's wild.
I don't know why I thought they would release a fucking Shinobi game first in North America. Like, yeah,
I mean, Shinobi is a Japanese thing.
that's
so
why.
is Castlevania.
Am I overestimating how tricky you're trying to be here?
Probably. I did my best to make like the 100, 200 questions easy, 300 tricky, 4 or 5. Like I did my best. Believe me.
Unused ActRaiser for 100.
Look, I thought the point is fighting vampires is a very European, North American thing. And
It is.
Castlevania is all about fighting vampires, and Castlevania Bloodlines, really good game.
David, I have a question, and we can move on immediately if you know the answer or not. Has Castlevania at any point featured a Blackula?
God, I wish. Sadly, no.
You don't think so, do you? It really feels like an oversight that by now Castlevania has not featured a black vampire.
You know, I know this is not where you were directing this conversation, but I will plant a flag and I will stake my ground. Of all of the weird black exploitation horror movies of the 70s, Blackula is the best. Like, Blackula is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I bet.
It is significantly better than Blackenstein. I will say that.
How do you feel about Vampire in Brooklyn, Eddie Murphy?
I'm sorry to say I have not seen that, so I can't really comment.
Damn dog. Just a thought.
What
Castlevania. Get away from the all-white Soma Cruise and go to maybe a more urban setting at some point. I'm just throwing that out there. I would love Castlevania Black Bloodlines. It would be fucking awesome. Like,
what I do feel confident in commenting on is that you raise a very good point, and thus control of the board is yours, John. Where are we going?
Thank you. I will do 90s Kids for 400.
Right. This is the first main series sequel to feature a crossover character from another series by the same publisher.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. This is probably the most wiggle room that we have. Let's see some answers. So Jesse has what appears to be a stick figure in a dramatic embrace with a penis. John says Street Fighter Alpha 3. Sadly incorrect. John Regan has the correct answer. This is Street Fighter 3 Second Impact.
Really?
According to Capcom, the Street Fighter Alpha series is a sub-series, which means that Rolento and Cody and Guy are not included. However, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact includes Hugo from the Final Fight series.
I was thinking Cody from Final Fight in Street Fighter Alpha 3.
I
But
apologize.
Alpha is not a main series. It's its own thing. So that's on me for fucking that up. God, I'm getting stress itch.
I realize this is a tricky question. I apologize in advance. I did my best to clarify as much as I possibly could.
I mean, that's on me. You fucking wrote main series, and I still wrote the word alpha. I didn't fucking think about it. Fucking Johnny's Second Impact over here, understanding the clue that,
But yeah, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, bringing Hugo in, fucking awesome. Because, Street Fighter, Final Fight was supposed to be Street Fighter 2. And then they were like, no, you can't make those the same game. They're totally different. And the Street Fighter 2 was born. But Street Fighter and Final Fight have always been intermixed. And I am always happy and excited to see Final Fight characters pop up in Street Fighter. I'm just surprised that it took 4 games to see Poison be brought in. And then even then, I think she was like DLC for Street Fighter 4.
Well, I mean, DLC, or you eventually bought the ultimate fucking ultra arcade edition, and she was there.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the less said about the multiple versions of Street Fighters 3, 4, and 5, the better. Also, 2, there's a lot of versions of 2.
But honestly,
they didn't really make a lot of versions of 1. What's the deal with that?
1 sucks.
Yeah, exactly. But 5 also sucks. And they made a few versions of that, so I don't know.
I'm just waiting for, like, when are they gonna fully commit and put Hagar in a Street Fighter game?
Frankly, it's got to be coming with the Street Fighter 6 DLC. Like, I don't understand how it could. The game
honestly
takes place on the streets of Metro City. Like, he's got to show up.
They gave Zangief a Hagar costume. They gave Cody a Hagar costume. Like,
Hagar is one of the best characters in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Like, what is it going to take? Seriously, y'all. Come on.
It's way past time. Fucking man. No, you're right. I want it real bad. Yeah, if they announce Hagar, I'll buy Street Fighter 6 immediately. I'm still holding off. I bought the PS5. My wife begged me not to buy a Street Fighter game immediately, so I didn't go with it. I went with fucking Final Fantasy for my starter game. But if they announce Hagar, I'll buy Street Fighter 6 fucking immediately.
I love the fact that your wife is like, all right, you dropped this many $100s on a new console. Fine. But don't buy Street Fighter. For God's sake.
She knows me very well. She said, I don't like the way you act when you play those games online. I'm like, fine. Yeah, you're right. I'm not looking to get angry. I'm looking to have fun. If I want to get angry on an online fighting game, I can play Super Smash Bros. Or some other such thing. I'll buy a fucking something I can't buy on another system, and I'll do some offline gaming. I'll do some gaming for me. My best gaming in the last year has been Zelda. Currently, I'm enjoying Final Fantasy 16. She was right. I did not need to get into online fighting games. And then, of course, Jesse started streaming Mortal Kombat 11, and I, paid for that. And that's fun because it's just it's fun little side distraction. I do take Street Fighter games online a little too seriously, and I say that as somebody who's not good at it. Like I'm not MLG, I'm not looking to be good at it, but I still get angry when I fucking lose. So, yeah, if they announce Hagar, I'm buying the game.
So, yeah, if they announce Hagar, you're buying the game. They have announced Johnny as the person who is in control of the board. Johnny?
90s Kids for 500, please.
Yeah.
All right, 90s Kids for 500. The phrase red rum is painted on a wall in the police station of this game. God damn it, John.
Oh, can you see that?
Yeah.
For our podcast listeners, John Harrington was looking up sexy Rule 34 Worf from Star Trek.
Trying to get into it, man. Trying to get into it.
All right, let's see some answers. All right, Jesse has a drawing of a penis. John and Johnny both say Resident Evil 2. That is correct. So yeah, Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation. One of, if not the most influential horror games that has been released.
Meh.
If you say so.
I mean, I said it with a questioning tone because, like, I've not really played a Resident Evil game, but I know Resident Evil was big in the 90s, so...
Have you played a Resident Evil, or more correctly, have you played a PlayStation game?
A PlayStation game? Yes.
Any PlayStation games, have you played them?
Yes.
Okay. Have you played a PlayStation Resident Evil?
No.
Okay. Did you play Resident Evil on GameCube?
Yes.
Pretty good game. Nice little update they did there.
Did you play Resident Evil 2 on Nintendo 64? Because they managed to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I did play that one, actually. That's the one I beat.
I heard it has everything the PlayStation 1 has. Like, they managed to cram it all into one single cartridge somehow.
Yeah, it was good.
And that's amazing.
Did they remake that one? I feel like they remade that one 2 and 3 recently.
Yep. And 4.
Well, yeah, I haven't even thought about touching 4. I had enough fun with the original 4. I don't need to remake 4.
I mean, I feel like they remade 4 like 2 or 3 times.
Well, yeah, I mean, they ported it, but no, the new one is an actual remake. But I need to play these Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes because I never played them. I wasn't a PS1 guy, and I like Resident Evil. I think they're cool games. Cool, I like Wesker. I like zombies. Nemesis is okay. I should get more into these. I've played 4. I've played 5. Played a little bit of 6. I got a PS5 now. I haven't touched 7 or 8. those I'm saving those. It's hard to play M-rated scary games with a 5-year-old in the house. I gotta fucking wait for him to go to bed, and by then I'm usually ready to go to bed. So it's tough, but yeah, Resident Evil's pretty cool.
It definitely seems like a classic 90s series. And Jesse, you played Resident Evil 2, so control of the board goes to you.
Let's do fan requests for 100.
Boom!
All right. The WiiWare version of the game has never seen a release in Japan, and due to the shutdown of the Wii Shop channel, never will, which is ironic since that's where this game was made. All right, reveal your answers. So Jesse has drawn a penis with buttons from a Wii remote.
It's
John,
a weenus.
So Jesse has drawn a weenus. John has drawn a penis, and John Regan says Cave Story Wii. Judges? Yes, we will accept that answer.
All right. I figured it's Cave. Oh, it's Cave Story. Okay, I see.
So is it just Cave Story, or is it the Cave Story on the WiiWare?
So this is Cave Story, multi-platform. This song didn't come specifically from the WiiWare version. However, the clue referenced the WiiWare version of Cave Story. So, yes, Cave Story.
God, Cave Story is so good.
Cave Story is so good.
And it was just made by like one dude over the course of 9 years or something like that. It took him to make this game.
It was. And it's one of those things where you hear about, oh yeah, this one guy made a game, oh yeah, that's cool. And every 1 or 2 years I think about Cave Story and I was like, oh yeah, that was a fun game. And then I find one version of it, either the freeware version on PC or the 3DS version that was released on a physical cartridge, one of the multiple versions of this game, and I sit down and play through it, and it's like, oh god, this game is so good.
Yeah, there's so many ports of it, official and unofficial. You can somebody was working on a version of this for the Sega Genesis. So there's an unofficial Sega Genesis port.
Of course there is.
There's a Dreamcast version. You can play this game on anything you want nowadays.
And that's one of the weird things. I feel like when it comes to indie games, people kind of forgot about Cave Story, but Cave Story was in a lot of ways where this started. Sean, click away from your Rule 34 of curly brace. But yeah, Cave Story, God, what a fucking game.
I like that John's Rule 34 is referencing an actual thing in the game, which is that you could find Curly Brace's underwear at one point.
Oh, really? Okay, hold on. Let me reopen it.
No, don't.
No, yeah, there's definitely that's
right, nope.
that's one of the few things that I dislike about Cave Story is to get the best ending, you have to go through some super convoluted series of events that you can only know by following some Game Facts wiki thing. It's not telegraphed at all in the game, but yeah, you can definitely find her panties.
Okay, well that's yeah. In fairness, yeah, I'm clicking on the tamest Rule 34 art for this stuff, just so you know.
Oh,
Yeah. Trying to find, PG-13 Rule
respectable
34
stuff,
art for whatever we're talking about.
classy stuff.
So
I didn't say classy. I just,
It's art.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Johnny, as someone who found Curly Brace's panties,
Yeah.
control of the
Where
board
are
is
those
yours.
panties, bro?
I'm gonna go with fan request for 200, please.
All right, each chapter represents the dreams of the main character on a specific night, with the state of their living room giving a hint about what kind of dream they'll be having.
Oh crap.
All right, gentlemen, let's see some answers. All right, so John Regan draws a penis with a beard, or possibly a penis vomiting. Jesse draws a giant corkscrew penis, and John Harrington draws a person dreaming of a penis. Nobody gets any points.
Damn
The correct answer is melatonin. Thank you, Tay, for the request.
That's that sounds interesting.
So I feel like this game was probably requested a lot in the radio chat, and I was kind of counting on that for the discussion.
Was it? I don't. I'm in the radio chat a ton. I don't think this is there
When?
yet. So
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard this on. I mean, I've been on the radio lately, but I don't think I've heard it on there.
there is no Rule 34 art for this word.
All right, cool. So thank you, Tay, for the request in our fan request category. Jesse, you have the least amount of points. The board is yours.
Oh, thanks. RPGs for 100.
All right, RPGs for 100. Square Enix elected not to release the Nintendo 3DS version outside of Japan due to the decline in the system's popularity following the release of the Nintendo Switch. All right, gentlemen, let's see some answers. All right, so John Regan says Final Fortress with 2 penises. Sadly incorrect. Jesse says Dragon Quest XI, and John says Dragon Quest XI. Fuck you, Sugiyami.
There you go.
John and Jesse are both correct. This is Dragon Quest XI, although technically the subtitle is Echoes of an Elusive Age.
Are you sure the subtitle's not "Fuck you, Koichi Sugiyama"?
You know, I wish that was the subtitle.
Wait, I'm thinking of the, God, yeah, that was the original release. The DLC, they updated the subtitle to "Stay Dead."
Stay dead.
Again, that's not the subtitle. I kind of wish it was. But yeah, Dragon Quest XI. Dragon Quest XI, Echoes of an Elusive Age. Fantastic game. One of my personal favorite games on the Switch, and a game that kind of cemented me as a Dragon Quest fan.
Now, David, would it have been one of your personal favorite games on the Nintendo 3DS?
You know, to be perfectly honest, I'm not 100% sure. Because on the 3DS, I believe it was just the pixelated top-down version, which on the Switch you have the option of full 3D graphics or the cute pixelated throwback version.
Okay.
But yeah, this game, I feel bad because I want to talk about why I love this game so much, but a lot of that gets into the story, and I don't want to spoil the story for any of you three who are planning to play it. Obviously, Johnny, I know this is your most anticipated game on the Switch.
Johnny, go ahead and, while David's talking, look up how long to beat Dragon Quest XI.
I'm not gonna. That's gonna take me too long to even look it up. I'm not. Let's see here.
This game starts off with a very rudimentary RPG story of you're a hero trying to collect a bunch of magic MacGuffins to stop an evil wizard, and it seems really basic, but then eventually you get to a point where it takes a turn, and it has some twists and turns, and yeah, this game's really good. And there is a cutscene in this game that actually got me to choke up and tear.
Ooh.
This is a really good game. And
the main story takes 58 hours to complete, David.
I'm aware.
That's obvious. Honestly, that's not terrible for a Dragon
that's
game.
kind of low end for
pretty light.
high-end RPGs.
That's
That's
too
a
many
fr-
hours.
A dirty casual Dragon Quest game. Who's this
Yeah,
fella?
this
Oh no!
Okay, stop.
yeah, it's Dragon Quest XI is a great game, and if you're a fan of RPGs, I highly recommend it. And Jesse, you do not like the Dragon Quest games for their first-person battle perspective, so
Yeah,
control of
but
the
this
board
one
goes
is
to you.
better.
It is much better. But you still get control of the board.
So RPGs for 200.
All right, RPGs for 200. In this series, players control between 2 and 4 characters depending on the title. However, one character in this game can employ a copy block to duplicate themselves, letting you technically control up to 12 characters. gentlemen.
All right.
All right, everyone says Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. That is correct.
Yeah.
So Mario and Luigi Paper Jam for the 3DS, the last Mario and Luigi game released. Heartbreaking as a fan of the series, but also a really fun game.
I don't
Judging
know
by
anything.
that silence, I'm the only one who played this, aren't I?
Yeah, what's so heartbreaking about it?
The Mario and Luigi games were really fun, and Alpha Dream did a really good job of like balancing fun mechanics and battle systems and just a silly story. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people were upset at this game because it wasn't Paper Mario with Mario and Luigi. Instead, it was Mario and Luigi, and oh yeah, Paper Mario is here. Like,
All right, real quick, David, let me just send you on this one. We got questions in the chat. Is Paper Jam good?
yes, definitively yes.
Okay. That's good to know because it's a Mario and Luigi game, not a Paper Mario game. That brings me back to earlier. Is there a hard line between Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario games?
Yes. I feel like the
This
Mario
series, Mario and Luigi series, is better than the Paper Mario series. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they're two distinct
Johnny,
series.
let's move on.
Excuse me, I have the tie. I am the host. They're two different they're two different series, and they each have their own unique mechanics, and I feel like a lot of people were expecting this to be a classic Paper Mario game, and it's not. It's a Mario and Luigi game, but you also control Paper Mario, and Paper Mario is fun in this game. And yeah, this game is good. I will definitively say this game is good. Why are her breasts so large?
You had to stop scrolling so quickly.
I got no scroll room here.
Aircraft carrier.
Nope.
Jesus, I don't think
All right,
that's
so
accurate.
everybody got this correct, but Johnny has the most points. Johnny, control of the board goes to you.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see. I'm gonna skip ahead. RPG's 400, please.
What the
Uh-oh.
Fucking
Johnny?
with John.
Play that special
What?
sound.
Oh shit! Oh, there's a special sound. Is it this one?
No, that's not it at all.
Shit!
Oh, we
I-
were
it
supposed
was
to
the
play
hat
that at
trick
the
sound.
beginning.
Oh, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago now, so I don't remember. All right.
God, this hurricane is fucking everything up. That sounds like the
So-
hat trick sound.
No. It's
So
Hey, fuck you.
please stop clicking over to Big Titty Paper Peach. So I said stop clicking over. So
I know what the subtext was.
So Johnny, this is our daily double. So you get to wager an amount of points. Currently you have 2,900 points. You can wager any amount of those.
I only have one speed, and that is.
You don't have to announce it. He asked the question first, and then you reveal it.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. No, it's a daily double. It's not Final Jeopardy. Yeah, you do have to announce it.
Yeah, I thought I had to announce. Yeah. So
Jeez
yeah,
Louise.
I play Jeopardy like I play GTA. Foot on the gas, pedal to the floor, max speed. I'm doing a true daily double. 2,900 points, please.
All right, so this was the first game made by the studio not based on an existing franchise.
And only Johnny is answering?
Yes, he was the one who selected this. So. God damn it. All right, Johnny, do you have an answer? John!
Oh, sorry.
All right, so Johnny says Jade Empire. That is correct. Yeah, this is Jade Empire for the Xbox. The first BioWare game not based on an existing franchise.
What?
Isn't
Gee.
I mean, I feel like
yeah.
I feel like you could call the Empire of China like a franchise, right? Like,
Exactly. Thank you, Johnny. Give us each 2,900 points.
yeah. There's so many. There's so many entries in the series. Like each dynasty is another entry in the China series.
So many kingdoms, and they're all romancing. I'm gonna need 3,000 points.
No, because like BioWare previously made the like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic games and all that. And then
that was them?
Yes. Please don't fact check me. I'm not 100% sure.
God damn it! Jeopardy is it's a trivia show. It's based on facts.
Yeah.
No, I just mean that like I don't know if that was the specific subtitle.
This House of Cards is coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine?
The point is, number one, this is not Jeopardy. Number two, BioWare made like a bunch of Star Wars RPG games, and then they decided to make one based on like Imperial China. And Jade Empire was actually a really good game. And I feel like we discussed this on Game That Tune previously.
Yes, it did come up recently. I still haven't played it, but I remember reading the stuff about it, and it seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, it was one of those games that like I did not really give a shit about the Xbox, and then there were a handful of games, and this was one of them that made me go like, I don't know, maybe I should invest in this American-made video game console. I didn't, but it made me want to.
We've never been in the same room as an Xbox, but it seemed cool at the time.
I mean, I eventually broke down and got a 360, but not the original.
You still got that thing though, huh?
You know why they call it a 360? Because when you look at it, you make a 360. That's so dumb.
What?
You didn't even finish it, Jesse.
You gotta fucking finish your sentence. What the fuck were you gonna say?
You make a 360, like.
All right, Jesse. So Jesse has somebody who made a 360. Control the board is yours.
What the fuck? Oh, this sucks.
Oh my god.
All right, let's go with Sega for 500.
I'm sorry. I don't believe we have a category that's Sega. We do have a category called Sega. All right, so this is the 6th game in the series, the 3rd coin-operated arcade title in the series, and the first to be a one-on-one fighting game. gentlemen. All right, so Jesse has a penis. John Regan has two penises fighting each other. John Harrington has the correct answer. This is Golden Axe: The Duel.
Goddamn right.
All right.
So yeah, this is Golden Axe: The Duel, the Golden Axe fighting game.
That music definitely sounded like at the beginning there just somebody mashing all the keys on a piano. Just
Yeah,
I
how many
mean-
quarters do you have to put in to get it to stop?
This game reminds me a lot of Castlevania Judgment in the sense that like
Ugh.
a Golden Axe fighting game sounds really good until you think about it. Like, okay, so you've got the three main characters, and then you've got Death Adder. And then who else do you have to pad out the roster? Like, does Golden Axe really have a fighting game's worth of characters in it? I would argue no.
what year did this game come out?
It was released in arcades and the Sega Saturn, so I'm gonna say 1998.
Yeah, so the Donkey Kong Jr. was pretty dead by then. They could have brought Donkey Kong Jr. in as like a crossover character to fill out that roster a bit.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, having an ape in a onesie definitely would have fit with the Golden Axe series.
Yes, you got Death Adder, you got Donkey Kong Jr. Qbert maybe. I'm trying to think of other like
my-
kind of forgotten characters.
Hey, Cubert's not forgotten.
Well, not forgotten, but you know, unused.
But that's just unfortunate. Just reskin that Catherine game into a Cubert game.
Honestly, I'd be super okay with that, but before we get too deep down the rabbit hole of what games Qbert could appear in now, John got the correct answer, so control of the board goes to you.
Who, me?
Yes, John.
Fine. I'll go with RPG's 300.
All right, RPG 300. There are 5 unused variations of fanfare present in this game's files.
Stands for Final Fantasy.
I mean, technically, no. All right, answers if you please. All right, so John has a drawing of a penis. Johnny says Final Fantasy Tactics. Jesse says Final Fantasy Tactics. They are correct. This is Final Fantasy Tactics for the original PlayStation.
Yeah, I love this game.
God damn it.
Yeah, Jesse, anything you'd like to say about this game? I know this is one of, if not your favorite titles.
Is it your favorite game of all time, Jesse?
Tentatively, yes.
Okay,
Um,
good.
Oh.
It's pretty.
I
great.
mean, I
love it.
feel like it could be a toss-up between that or Dragon Quest Slimes. You know,
Rocket Slime, but yes,
Just checking.
Rocket Slime.
it's pretty up there. I think about it fondly. It's getting a remake allegedly. So we'll see how that goes.
Now, what are some of the tactics you get to use in Final Fantasy Tactics?
Magic. You can if you get behind people, you do more damage. So flanking and stuff like that. Wow, that's not actually from the game. So I will say one of my favorite like little things about the game is it has the coolest death sound in any video game. I think one of at least top 5. But the sound of people dying in that game is just the coolest like video game sound. Like I know that sounds fucked up. That it's like, oh, I like the sound of people dying, but it's like a video game sound. And
cool sounds are cool sounds.
yeah.
Jesse, can you replicate the sound using only your voice and throat for the stream tonight?
Oh, that's the closest.
I mean, that sounds cool-ish.
Like, imagine I was a robot doing that because it's I'd be a PlayStation. So
Okay, sure.
Uh-oh.
he left.
I
And
think John,
Jeopardy's gone too.
I think John closed the wrong Chrome window. I think he went to go find more Rule 34.
That's what he got.
He closed the wrong window.
Either that or the hurricane finally got him. When
This is our first episode ever.
Oh, I'm texting now.
Wow.
LOL, John, where are you?
whenever he does come back, Jesse, control of the board will be yours.
Yep. Also, you could unlock Cloud, which was fun. It was a pretty cool little crossover thingy.
Was this before or after FF7?
This was after.
Okay.
But like, there was a part like there's like a bunch of quests if you do just right. You end up going like on this like side quest that like I always have to read a guide because there's like some certain things you can fuck up or some NPCs can end up getting killed off, and so if you keep them alive, then eventually you talk to someone and you get access to Cloud. The one fallback though is usually when you get a new character in the game, they start at around the level that your other characters are, but whenever you unlock Cloud, he starts at level 1. So like you have to like really fucking grind to get his skills up. But he's pretty badass too, and it's just neat seeing like Cloud and using the Buster Sword stuff in this game. There's a robot you can unlock named Worker 9. He's pretty badass.
So apparently John's home internet went out.
Okay.
He is dealing with a hurricane.
Yep.
So, yeah.
I do have the board pulled up separately, so I don't think I can share it on screen, but at least in terms of the board, I recall what has not yet been selected, so...
Okay, yeah. Oh, here comes John.
He's back.
Dude, this hurricane just will not end. It's fucking ridiculous. It's gone now. And my internet's taking a mysterious shit. Hi. All right. So, are my windows still up? Is everything okay?
No, your screen sharing went away.
Okay. Uno momento.
Please make sure to share the Jeopardy ones.
Yeah, make sure we're not seeing
I was going to say, if you can't share that, there were only 4 clues left, so I do have...
we're almost there. Just give me a minute.
All right.
Yeah,
do we have double Jeopardy?
No.
Yeah, we've never gone to double Jeopardy.
Okay.
It took me a lot to find 25 games, all right? Like...
No,
you want me to find 50?
Oh my god, damn it, John.
Damn it, John.
That appeared on our Twitch. That might get us in trouble. Well,
what? It was a cartoon. What's the problem?
It was
Oh my god. All right, Jesse, you got it correct. Control of the board is yours.
Fan request for 300.
Right, fan request for 300. This game has a central theme of enlightenment that is communicated to the player through riddle-like interludes. All right, answers, please.
That it, huh?
Yes, that is it. All right, all three of our contestants have drawn penises. Sadly, that is not the correct answer. So, this is Zero Ranger for the PC. Thank you, CX Strife, for the request.
What?
So this is a game that CX Strife has been trying to get on the show for a while. It's a scrolling shooter. It actually looks really, really cool. I feel like this probably should have been a request that we did on a full episode so that we could have multiple songs, because the soundtrack is actually really great. But yeah, I sent out a request to a bunch of our fans. Thank you to everyone who contributed. Sadly, I couldn't fit everybody on the show, but this soundtrack was a fucking bop, so I had to feature it.
Yeah, no, honestly, I mean, it does suck that you got too many requests and couldn't properly feature them like we normally do on GTT. However, this special game show edition of Game That Tune doesn't preclude anything from being featured on future editions of Game That Tune, so that's good to know. Because yeah, it's I'm intrigued by this game and soundtrack. However, it's not served well by being a ridiculously obscure game with a fantastic soundtrack on this Jeopardy edition.
Yeah, this is one of those
But good on you,
instances
David,
where
honestly, for doing a fan request category. That that really takes Jeopardy to the next level. It's like when Jeopardy, the real show, has like a video category where it's always somebody reading the clues from out in the field wherever they are. It's well done. It would only be made better by people actually reading the questions via Game That Tune voicemail. So we'll keep that in mind for future editions of Game That Tune's quiz show.
I thought about that, but also you can only do so much in such amount of time. And if there's anybody who understands doing so much in a small amount of time, it's John Regan. So control of the board goes to you.
I'm going to go Sega for 100.
So Bayonetta was almost selected to be a playable character. Bayonetta was almost selected to be a playable character in this game, but she was left out because the developers thought that including her would affect the game's age rating. I'm leaving a break for the edit. Johnny, I don't remember if I edited this song down to like 1.5 to 2 minutes. If the file is like 6 minutes long, please feel free to cut it down.
Yeah, I'll fade it out.
I'm buzzing in.
God, what a bop. All right, gentlemen. All right, we have a hat trick. Everyone says Sonic and All-Stars Racing transformed. This game. Oh man, this game.
Oh, it's so good.
That's
Undeniable classic.
I wish
I
they could just re-release it.
Yeah, HD remake. Do it now.
you know, I feel like on the Wii U, this game beats Mario Kart 8.
Yep.
With Mario Kart 8 Deluxe released on the Switch and the booster course pack and everything, okay, maybe that game has an edge. But still, this game is, in a lot of ways, I feel like this is Sega's Smash Brothers. Like, obviously, it's a racing game and not a fighting game, but at least in terms of paying tribute and all of the details to the Sega minutia, like, yeah, this game is so good.
Yeah, I mean, I know that you've always championed this game over Mario Kart 8. I think Mario Kart 8 ultimately is the better game. But this game has a lot of charm, a ton of charm. I would say that this game doesn't play as smoothly as Mario Kart, and it tries to do things in a way that make it interesting, but also not as good as Mario Kart. I would like Mario Kart 8 to take some lessons from this game and do like transforming courses and courses that change lap to lap, things like that. I want more point-to-point races in Mario Kart. I want, I don't like those Mario Kart Tour stages in which it's just the same fucking track over and over again, but they change the direction of like the turn arrows. I need something more like this game where like, the whole track falls apart and you've got to, suddenly fly instead of drive, that kind of thing. I feel like this game with some polish could be one of the funnest fucking racing games of all time. It's already quite fun, but I don't know. Like, I really like the game, but I went back and played it in the last year or so, and it's like being on the Wii U, it can't like draw things at a deep enough distance for you to like do like good long shots with your weapons. It's trying to there's some issues with this game that keep it from being better than Mario Kart, but it has so many good ideas that Mario Kart should steal. Great game though. That's my thoughts on it. Like,
I agree completely, and in light of what you have said, I think that Jesse is going to steal control of the board, and Jesse, it's up to you.
Oh man, let's do fan request 500.
All right. This game and its PC version are slightly different, with the dolphin playing a more significant role in the PC version. All right, before John gets back, who wants to show their answers and disqualify him?
Oh, I think I say it was to show their assholes.
Why would you assume that's what I was going to say?
There's been a lot of asshole showing, so.
All right, so John and Jesse have both drawn penises. Sadly, incorrect. John Regan has the correct answer. This is Barbie Ocean Discovery on the Game Boy Color. Thank you, Kerrigan.
Oh, no. No, John.
I've
So,
brought
yeah.
this one on the show before.
And, you know, the funny thing is, I put out a request to several of our fans. Kerrigan was one of them that responded, requesting Barbie Ocean Discovery on PC. And I responded to them because I could not find a copy of that soundtrack. And they said, yeah, that's what happened when I requested this game. So just use the Game Boy Color version. That's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is definitely a game that happened.
Sure it is.
Is Robert Oppenheimer in it?
Right, I was gonna say, how does this relate to the Barbenheimer?
So you do actually, in the PC version that I played, and when I say played, I mean watch the playthrough of, you do explore like the Pacific Ocean in certain areas. I can only assume you get to the Bikini Atoll where atomic bomb testings happened that created Godzilla.
Man, and they would have people on like ships out there, just in their like with their shirts off, and be detonating like atomic
Nukes.
bombs under the water, and then they just be like, "Whoa, I made the water move around."
Yeah.
Surf's,
Oh, damn, dog. I got a suntan immediately.
surf's
And
up,
then,
bro.
Yeah.
And then next
right,
week they're like,
yeah.
"We feel funny. What's going on, American government?" I don't know.
Real quick, I got a story from fucking Hurricane Day. It's been a fucking quite a day over here at the old Harrington house. Thankfully nothing happened to our house, but a tree did fall on my neighbor 2 doors up, and I went over there to help bust the chainsaws out, get the roof clear, get the roof patched, and I was talking to kindly Suzanne, whose house got just fucked up by this tree. And she was like, I gotta tell you, John, that was the loudest fucking sound I've ever heard. And I saw Oppenheimer in IMAX last week. I'm like, all right, Suzanne. She's sitting there lighting a cigarette, like, that was the loudest fucking sound I've ever heard. And I saw Oppenheimer in IMAX last week. I'm like, well, you seem like you're taking it in stride. Your sense of humor is intact. So, good for you, my dear. Let me fucking clean your roof.
Did you
Jesus.
kiss?
No, there are a lot of us around. I'm just saying, the lady's got a great sense of humor. Tree falls on your fucking house, and she's got jokes.
I thought it was going to be like, that is the loudest fucking sound I ever heard. And I was a person on the Lucky 5, the Japanese boat affected by radiation fallout in the South Pacific.
I once hid inside a refrigerator. Oh, you're Suzanne Jones of the Indiana Joneses.
Well, John, as neighbor to Suzanne Jones, you have the final pick of the board.
All right, there's only one category left. It's Sega for 200. Let's do it, David. Come on.
So this game featured extensive absurdist humor, including several characters who wear Sega Dreamcasts attached to keyboards.
I can answer this without hearing the music.
Same.
Just play the fucking song, all right?
Where the fuck is he? Oh God!
How absurd.
How absurd!
100% tonight.
Yep.
Every
You,
single-
Johnny.
All right, so let's see your answers. Okay, what a shock. Everyone has the correct answer. This is the Typing of the Dead.
What a closer!
What a game. Yeah, let's take the type
You talk. I'm gonna search Rule 34.
No.
let's take the House of the Dead series, this arcade light gun shooter game, and let's add a typing mechanic. Like, what a bizarre concept, but in a lot of ways I feel like that embodies Sega, especially in the Dreamcast era of like, let's throw shit at the wall and see what sticks. Like, this is the same era that gave us Seaman, you know.
It's awesome, but I'm gonna be honest, it's so late. Let's move on.
It gave us Seaman, Johnny.
I mean, Typing of the Dead didn't give us Seaman, but all right. So
I mean, if you played it enough, it did.
Yeah.
oh,
Come.
so let's move on to our final. God damn it! Let's move on to our final category.
Blue pubic hair.
Can you go back to an overview of the whole board or no?
I can do this.
Okay, yeah. So let's move on to our final category. So, gentlemen, right, Jesse, let's start off with you. What is your answer?
Oh man. Okay. I see. I said dolphin.
So, Jesse, the answer dolphin, sadly incorrect.
Okay.
What did you wager?
I wagered all of it.
2,000. All right, so Jesse, you closed the show with 0 points. John, let's take a look at your answer.
All right. I wagered 69,000 points, and I said centaur.
You don't have.
So, centaur is not correct. So you are out 69,000 points.
Give or take 600 negative 66. 100. Fuck, man.
So it all comes down to John Regan. Johnny, what is your answer?
I wrote dragons.
Johnny said dragons. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform features a track based on Panzer Dragoon, in which a dragon famously destroys the track halfway through. Dragons appear as enemies in Cave Story, ActRaiser, and Dragon Quest XI, and the Ruined Kingdom in Mario Odyssey has a boss fight against a dragon. Johnny, you are correct.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what did you wager?
69.
Johnny, that brings your total up to 69.69. Nice. So John Regan has won this Game That Tune quiz show, which means August Absurdity Finals. It is John Regan versus me. I'm looking forward to this finals.
Oh man, I'm so excited. Now, David, I'm going to give you a little pro tip here as we go into the finals. You should really delete the tags from your music before you upload them.
God damn it. Oh, I knew it. I didn't know anything. David is just bad at downloading fucking video game tunes.
No, he does a great job at downloading them. He just doesn't scroll them.
So yeah, August Absurdity Finals,
Right.
me versus Johnny. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah, it fucking is. And nobody's gonna be able to see the episode or the song tags because me and Jesse are gonna pick everything and it's gonna be cleaned out. And oh man, I'm Johnny, kudos to you, sir, for using everything every way possible to win this episode. Frankly, I respect it. It's despicable. It's a scoundrel's way to win. But, if David hands you 25 correct answers, how could you resist? I'm impressed, man.
What am I?
Thank you.
Is that like? Yeah, I download all the music right before we start the show, so it's not like I would say, "Uh-oh, David, you gotta go pick 25 new songs right now."
Yeah,
in 5 minutes.
It can be fixed. There's a lot that goes into programming this show, and part of it is not David clearing the tags from the songs that he chooses. So,
Look,
good job.
I
Way
had to select 25 songs. I had to reach out to a whole bunch of fans. Like, I didn't have
5
time to
fans.
delete tags. I wasn't expecting anybody to look at that shit.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting Johnny to take advantage of 2 hurricane-stricken co-hosts. Fucking Jesse and I got power back 15 minutes before the show started. Like, we did our goddamn best. And meanwhile, Johnny's just sitting there studying the fucking episode tag. So, well done. Congratulations, Johnny.
Guys, I have another confession to make.
Mm.
I sent that hurricane.
No, I knew it.
God, it was him all along.
Johnny Harp. I can't believe it. He controls the weather. You know, son of a bitch. Diabolical scheme to win August Absurdity. Send a hurricane our way the Wednesday of the previous episode and this finale. Like we really should be wrapping this up, but you know what? We're going to overtime. So first week of September, Labor Day Wednesday. That's a thing now. Johnny versus David. Game That Tune. August Absurdity Finals. A final coming up as absurd as this actual August has been. My God. David, I want to say thank you to you for programming a great episode of Game That Tune Quiz Show. A truly fantastic thing that we do from time to time, legally distinct and much more slower paced than the thing that it might be imitating. We're pretty professional at podcasting, but we are no, rest in peace, Alex Trebek. That guy could get through 60 questions in 22 minutes. It took us 3.5 hours to do 25 questions. So, yeah, thank you to you for programming the episode. Johnny will see you in the finals. I'm pretty goddamn pissed. And David, take us home.
Yeah, so as I said, thank you for joining us on twitch.tv/GameThatTune. We stream every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central Time. Already gave a shout out, but we'll once again shout out our absurd fan tier Patreon producers, Daniel Perky, Taylor Y, Sam L, Phoenix Tier 2121, Beast Pond, and The Kerrigan. I'd like to thank you three, Johnny, John, and Jesse, for competing in our August Absurdity tournament. And I believe that's all. Johnny, you have won, so you get to close out with bonus tunes. Do you have bonus tunes loaded?
I do. Hold on. I still have my bonus tunes from a previous week. Here they are. Yeah, so this is the Super Mario Odyssey theme done in a like jazz manouche style. I forget here it is, by YouTuber Adrian Holovati.
All right, let's have a Super Mario Odyssey jazz manouche, a little small bite to wet your palate for a further meal. Johnny, it sounds great.
Peace out, everybody. 2v2 credits for 25 games.
Yep. David, read them out.
You told me we didn't have to do that.
David, read the credits.
All
I
right.
damn sure didn't prepare that.